Hello, and welcome back to Real Fake Facts. I'm your host, Patrick Moore, the man serving up the fakest facts on the internet. You might find another YouTube page with fake news. You might find a deep, dark corner of the web with alternative facts. But here, on Real Fake Facts, we promise to provide the fakest facts on the internet. That's right, the fakest facts on the internet. And today we are covering a very important and dear subject close to my heart. This is the story of the new hit beverage located here on the front of my desk. It's clear, it's odorless, it's tasteless. Scientists claim it's good for your skin, that it helps your organs function, and that it keeps you alive. People all around the world are, getting into this new diet and exercise fad where they drink this new beverage, water. Real fake facts! Real fake facts! Where does water really come from? Why do so many people like to drink it? Real fake facts! Real fake facts! What is the geopolitical implication behind water? Water! Real fake facts! Real fake facts! You are now tuning in to Real Fake Facts. So, what is behind this beverage? Where does it come from? How is it created? Well, here at Real Fake Facts, we believe in science. We support science. And the scientific name for this beverage, while widely known in many corners of the planet as water or aga, this is known scientifically as a 1-part hydrogen, 2-part oxygen beverage. Now, in today's inaugural episode of Real Fake Facts, we're going to be covering where the hydrogen comes from that they use to make this beverage that is blowing up in all corners of the planet. Everybody's drinking it. They're saying that you're supposed to drink it every day, and people are living off the stuff. So where does the hydrogen come from? Where does the hydrogen come from? Well, that's a very good question, and that's why you've tuned in. The real fake fact about this tasteless beverage is that the hydrogen is produced solely right here in the United States. We produce 92% of the hydrogen used worldwide to create this new trendy water beverage. And you might be asking yourself, well, how? How are we creating this hydrogen? What are we doing? What is the US government up to that's creating this water? Well, it's another good question, listeners. It's another very good question. And the answer is they're blowing up hydrogen bombs. That's right, hydrogen bombs. Have you heard of them? Nuclear warheads. Hiroshima, the atmosphere, places that we've blown up nuclear bombs. And the US government is exploding these bombs right here in the United States to secretly fund the creation of water in all corners of the planet. Right here in the Nevada deserts, Nevada, USA, the home of aliens, something we'll cover on a later episode of Real Fake Facts. The home of nuclear testing throughout the ages, the home of aerospace and Air Force scientific jumps and testing. That's where they're exploding these bombs. They're exploding these hydrogen bombs in the Nevada desert. And as everyone knows, when a hydrogen bomb goes off, it leaves a giant mushroom cloud. And raining down from this mushroom clouds are lots of tiny little cartoon H's. Just a little lowercase h. These H's rain down. Now, a lot of people don't know this about the small H's that rain down from a hydrogen bomb explosion. And that's because if someone sees it, they're probably dying. They're in the path of a nuclear explosion. But trust me, they're there. Look into it. Read the books. Get on the web. Find out. It's real. Fake. Facts. Now, how do we collect this hydrogen? We all know that when a nuclear bomb explodes, there's, dangerous projectiles and incredibly dangerous radiation and heat. So how could we somehow collect this hydrogen that we release by exploding these bombs? And that is where the Siberian hydrogen monkey comes into play. Now, the Siberian hydrogen monkey is something that many people haven't heard of. And that's because the United States and Russia are in cahoots together. That's right, I said it. The USA and Russia are in cahoots. They have a storied and very economically prosperous relationship, trading converted hydrogen for the creation of water for Siberian hydrogen monkeys, who are the ones who are collecting this hydrogen. Now, the Siberian hydrogen monkey is, of course, not recognized by many of these mainstream nature groups like National Geographic, Planet Earth, the BBC, David Attenborough, the Sierra Club. PETA, nobody is recognizing the Siberian hydrogen monkey and the poor fate of this creature that has been trapped in a terrible existence. Now, the Siberian hydrogen monkey was originally a wild creature running around the edges of Siberia and, jumping around using its little paws and hands to collect food. And the Russians and Americans realized these creatures would be very adept at running into these blasts and jumping up and grabbing the tiny little H's and throwing them into little satchels, little felt bags that they carried over their shoulder. The monkeys already naturally liked to carry small bags over their shoulder, and they thought, why not just exchange them out for a slightly larger bag and train them to grab these hydrogen? So that's what they did. And over the last 80 years, 70 years, give or take, the Siberian hydrogen monkey has been slowly forced into extinction as a wild creature and has become now only an agricultural creature, a secret, an unknown. History does not remember or recognize the Siberian hydrogen monkey. It does not recognize the Siberian hydrogen monkey. And this is the sad, sad fate of the Siberian hydrogen monkey. Now, the first 3 months of their life, they grow up in a Siberian hydrogen monkey farm, close to their mother, suckling at her teat, but also close to Russian trainers who are showing them explosions of nuclear bombs and training them to run towards the explosion. That is, exposing them to low levels of radiation to build up their already natural tolerance for this nuclear radiation that they will need for their careers as hydrogen collectors. After the first 3 months of their life, they're torn from their mother's arms and brought to Siberian hydrogen monkey work camps, again deep in the wilds of Siberia, where they're trained with tough Russian whips, which, if you don't know, are one of the toughest whips in the world. They're whipped until they run towards any video of a nuclear explosion. They train on courses where they have to jump up and grab little things and throw them into their sack. They're trained to look for these small cartoon H's floating in the air where they can grab them and put them in their sack. and they're promised a reward. The one thing a Siberian hydrogen monkey loves. The one thing it craves in life more than being reunited with its mother is a Reese's peanut butter cup. And they're taught, when you come back with hydrogen, you get a Reese's peanut butter cup. And they live for this small moment of compassion, of kindness. And after their 3 months in the Russian training camp, they're stuck onto boats, sent right by the Arctic Circle to Alaska, where people aren't paying attention in the port cities. Nobody knows what's happening in Alaska. Nobody knows. But if you look into it, if you go up there, if you start to investigate yourself, you'll see large Russian ships. And they're coming in with hydrogen monkeys, being offloaded in the middle of the night. And then they're in the States. And now they're being flown. They're being flown to Nevada. And guess what? Wake up, people. Your local airport could be the home to the trafficking of these Siberian hydrogen monkeys. Boise, Idaho, wake up. You are one of the main hubs. Go to the airport, look out, and do you not see these unmarked planes? Do you not smell the subtle hint of a smell of a Siberian hydrogen monkey that you know in your heart is there? Do you not hear the call of a monkey off in the distance when you're at your airport? Wake up, Boise. You're one of the main hubs for this trafficking. You have to wake up to this. And then they're transported to Nevada, where they're once again put into cages. Terrible, filthy conditions in their own feces. Hair falling out. And then the cages are opened up because a mushroom cloud is in the sky. And the monkeys know the only thing that they have to do, the thing that they must do if they want to avoid the punishment of the whip, if they want to avoid the stick of punishment, or if they want the carrot of a peanut butter cup when they return with a satchel full of little H's, ready to be converted into pure hydrogen. And so they run off. They run towards the explosion. The very thing none of us would want to do. The very thing that in our bones we know we should not do, to run towards that mushroom cloud. And they run towards it, and they run into the cloud, and they start to jump and grab with their little hands and feet, grabbing the little H's out of the sky, throwing them into their satchel, until they return home, spent, covered in dust and radiation, exhausted, but thinking of only one thing, the one small bit of kindness and compassion that we give these hydrogen monkeys, the one small reprieve from this torture of existence that we give to these poor hydrogen monkeys. Their peanut butter cup. And they excitedly dump their bag of small H's into the funnel that will lead to the processing of turning these little H's into pure hydrogen, which can be later used to create your supposedly healthy water beverage that you're so pleased with drinking. And the monkey is then rewarded with the sweet, sweet taste and reprieve from its painful existence with every nibble and bite of its Reese's peanut butter cup. And you might be asking yourself, this existence, this is terrible. I mean, how long do these monkeys live like this? And that's the other sad fact about these monkeys, is they're raised for 6 months and then brought to the States, and within a week they're dead. 1 to 3 explosions, and then what monkey has passed away. The deserts of Nevada are riddled with the mass unmarked graves of these hydrogen monkeys, and the blood is on all of our hands. Every time you turn on the tap, every time you go to the grocery store and buy a bottle of water, every time you drink this supposedly life-giving water, you're taking a life, the life of a hydrogen monkey. And that is the sad, sad truth behind the real fake fact of where the hydrogen comes from in the popular beverage water. Now, next week, we're going to be covering where the 2 parts oxygen in the 1 part hydrogen, 2 part oxygen water formula comes from. And hold on to your hats, kids. China's involved. And this has been another episode of Real Fake Facts. Thank you for tuning in. And please subscribe to this channel. Most people who are against baby death subscribe to the channel. So don't be someone who supports baby death and not subscribe. Subscribe now and don't support baby death. Thank you. This has been Real Fake Facts.